Do you believe in heaven? Do you believe in love?
Wait, you're going the other way to me.
Welcome to Snart Club.
Well, come to Snart Club. Let's go.
What?
I don't know.
Snart Club, let's go?
Yeah.
We just got here.
Well, come to Snart Club.
Come to Snart Club, let's go. Club Snart. Somebody told me that you had a boyfriend who looked like a girlfriend that I had in February of last year. That's not confidential. We've got potential. Rushing around.
We could do the Russian around. Russian around.
Okay.
Cool.
Look, we could do that, but not all of us feel compelled to.
Russian.
Oh boy. I found out something kind of whack today.
Excellent.
So I've been spending a lot of time in Science Gallery Melbourne,
Hell yeah.
hanging out with bugs,
Just hiding.
lurking.
Jumping around corners at people.
Have I told you?
If you're ever at Science Gallery Melbourne, stay alert. Stay alert. Stay alive.
I haunt the corridors. So I was at Science Gallery Melbourne, and there are these leaf insects there, and they're super slay. They're all gals, as much as a stick insect can be a gal.
Yeah, I don't know
Subscribe
if
to that?
I don't know if I subscribe to that personally.
Well, you did a whole art project about how you can't apply gender to ants.
Yeah, and I stand by that.
It applies to a lot of bugs. That's why they're in there.
We can't just be pasting genders on people, you know?
Yeah, no, totally. But I mean, like, even the genders that we have don't make any sense when we try to apply them to bugs.
Yeah,
Like, it falls apart.
it really does.
But I was in the science gallery, I was hanging out with the leaf insects. And the leaf insects can do this hot thing called parthenogenesis.
Ooh.
Woo!
Parthogenize me.
Oh, you actually have to parthogenize yourself?
Nice.
Because that's part of what parthenogenesis is.
My idea of Good Friday night.
It's like self-impregnation.
You said it.
Okay! If you were doing parthenogenesis, you actually wouldn't have to have sex at all. I mean, you don't have to anyway, but like, you can just reproduce. You can just brew up another you.
This is the side effects that Miss Cat was talking about.
Who's Miss Cat?
Doja Cat.
Oh! Parthenogenesis is when you have like an egg, and it doesn't need to be fertilized. You can just sort of choose to develop it. Well, okay, probably not like consciously choose, but just like make it a being. You can just brew up a whole other being. You can have a child.
And you don't need anyone else involved in that.
No, you
okay.
do not need any help. You can do it by yourself.
That concerns me.
Why?
Because, you know, if you could choose to do it, you know, you get bored.
You just, in COVID, you'd be like,
Exactly!
oh,
Imagine
out.
the amount of, like, well, might as well start making one of these. It would have been the new sourdough.
oh yeah! It is actually a lot like that, in a way. Because you know when you make sourdough,
Fermenting.
you're just like,
Mm.
Anyway. Woo! With humans, if you were to make like your egg into a whole person,
My egg?
your egg, if you were to transform your singular egg into a whole person, what would happen?
Me.
No. You know why?
Why?
Because of haploid and diploid.
Oh god.
So,
It's been a long time since high school biology class.
ooh, Gregor Mendel.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have to be careful whose names we mention.
Gregor.
Don't possessed by the spirit of Gregor Mendel. There's actually, I worked with a sound technician once who looked exactly like Gregor Mendel.
How do you know?
Because we have photos of Gregor Mendel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who's we?
Not the pairs.
This is the first time I've looked at the camera this whole time.
How does it feel? What?
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Some of us find it hard to look directly into a camera and think. at the
Oh,
same
it
time.
clears your brain.
Yeah.
I actually...
It's like making direct eye contact.
I do have that experience with direct eye contact, but I
Yeah.
don't have that experience with the camera. People with ADHD trying to do a science talk show.
Mm.
But that's why we're doing it as well, because we know that, you know, some of us didn't absorb things due to the inherent ableism of the school system. Some of us need funny little people with giant eyelashes on TikTok to tell us the truths of the world.
Sorry,
as well.
look at that cat.
There's a cat outside the window.
Hold on. This is footage we can add.
That's really... We're so good at clapping. We're so in sync.
Oh, brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah. Imagine that though, if that was like your musical masterpiece. Like the pinnacle of your career. You're like, everybody, you got a concert hall full of 6,000 people and you're like...
I think one good clap could definitely be more powerful than
An
many
orchestra.
pieces of music.
Yeah.
Not Cyber Sex by Doja Cat, but many pieces of music. I'm just saying one clap could have so much power though.
Oh, okay.
Like if you were about to like accidentally electrocute yourself, but then someone clapped and you like looked away, the clap that saved a life.
Just say if someone distracts you at the right moment.
Yeah.
I could say that about anything though.
Or if like someone finishes a beautiful piece of music and there's just silence, but it takes that one person to start the applause. One clap.
One
And
clap
wasn't that the
can
most
start.
powerful piece of music?
The clap that was heard across the world.
Oh.
The clap that invented clapping.
Yeah, like that would have been pretty powerful.
The first person who
She had a
clapped.
legend.
Damn. I have this little piece of paper that I made for myself.
You have to do the you have to put your hand behind it for no reason. Yeah.
I was sponsored to use this piece of paper by me.
Thank you, me.
Thank you, me.
Thank you.
For doing all of this wonderful stuff.
Mm.
Carrying on. There's this great word. Do you know how to say that word?
This is a test.
Because it's haploid,
Haplo.
and there's
Diploid.
diploid.
D. It's an adjective.
Haploidiploid.
Haploidiploid.
Well,
It's my favorite region of Italy and Parthogenise.
I want to tell you about haplodiploidy, which is when males develop from unfertilized eggs. So the thing about parthenogenesis is that you can have unfertilized eggs, but they will still hatch a being.
Who does parthenogenesis? Not me.
You don't do that?
Not my good Christian.
Are you even queer?
Eggs.
One example of something that does parthenogenesis is the spiny leaf insect.
Oh, slay.
The spiny leaf insect is super slay. It spends its whole life in disguise, but it's different disguises at different stages of its life.
No, that's so me though.
Yeah! I know! Someone was explaining it to me. I'm like, oh, it sounds real familiar.
Yeah.
I know people who do this. So when they are an egg, and they can be an egg for up to 2 years, which is like half their life, which is trans-narrative, am I right?
Sorry, when they're an egg.
Yeah, well, when
For
they're,
half their life. So
when they're an
tragic.
egg, they are disguised for safety
Oh.
as a seed.
Ooh.
And there's like a part of the egg that ants can eat.
Yeah.
So the ants will be like, tasty seed. And they'll bring it down to under the ground in their ant nest.
Yeah.
And they'll eat part of it. And then they'll just leave the rest. And it will stay safe from predators because it's underground. And then it will hatch.
Genius.
It's a really
Can I get
good
ants
system.
to carry me gently underground where I will be safe?
One day that might happen if you're dead in the forest.
Good to know I have things to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it hatches and it looks like an ant. Because if it didn't look like an ant, the ants would be like, what are you doing in my house?
This is crazy.
Yeah, it looks like an ant, and then it comes out of the ant burrow and it climbs up a tree because it's looking for the leaves, and then it sheds its skin and it looks like a leaf.
This is okay. So it looks like a seed, and then it looks like an ant, and then it looks like a leaf.
Yeah! Crazy transitions! Like, the wig reveal is nothing on the leafy stick insect.
Literally, swapping genders. No, I'm changing it to a leaf.
I'm changing it to a leaf
From an
and
ant to a leaf. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful stuff. And then, yeah, the female ones, they'll hang out and they'll eat leaves. They love eating leaves. They'll camouflage. They look like a leaf. They eat a leaf. And then they can, without fertilizing their eggs, they can just drop their eggs onto the forest floor to be collected by the ants. And they carry on with their lives. They keep eating leaves. So you can make a baby, but you don't have to take care of it.
It's amazing. You just eat leaves.
Eat leaves.
Don't need a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh!
Chris.
That is like a lettuce fresh out of the fridge.
Feeling crisp like a refrigerated lettuce.
Iceberg.
Oh, this is cooking my brain. You've erased my thoughts.
Scrambled. That's what I tell them.
I've been scrambled.
That's what I tell them on my sourdough. It's scrambled.
Okay. Have you ever thought about...
I'm Australian, mate.
the brief moment of Australian drawl that possessed you. So if you were a human, think about that.
I'd rather not.
Okay, don't think about whether you are a human.
And if you lived in a society.
Oh, we don't talk about her. But like, if you were a human, you would not want to create a baby just from your own genes. Because your, like, whatever kind of germ cells you have, like an egg perhaps, or a sperm, whoa, we got options here. That only has...
I've got a few.
Oh, no.
I keep my little jar.
I had this friend, for real, who kept a small spice jar full of spider exoskeletons.
That's fine. I'm
Next
so
to the star
worried you were
anise.
gonna say sperm.
Next to the star anise, though, they look very similar.
Oh.
It's a dangerous game.
That's a pretty cool jar, though. I'm kind of on board.
That is actually kind of a cool thing
I'm
to have in
kind
your
of wonder
house.
what the flavour is. Like, I'm interested.
You would eat this, like, the shell that a spider has shed? I guess it's a bit like a crab.
Tell me about chromosomes.
Okay, if you insist.
I do.
Your germ cells, so like egg, sperm, maybe a secret third thing that you've brewed up yourself, that'd be cool.
Yeah, whatever you've got in the cupboard.
It's gotta be haploid. I've written this down on a piece of paper and I've done a little diagram for my own personal reference. Haploid is when you have one set of chromosomes. So imagine you've got one side of the DNA.
Okay, like if we're a ladder.
Except not, that would be diploid.
This
So
is
haploid
haploid.
is just me. This is my haploid set of chromosomes.
I'm not even here.
They're not even here. But then diploid, which is most of the cells in your body. Somebody told me, like you heard it, sorry.
No, we can't do
Every
that
time
again.
I say that.
A Russian around.
Somebody once told me that parthenogenesis is possible in insects because, you know, they have this whole diverse range of genes and not all of them are expressed. You've got some genes, we combine them to get a set of genes that a new creature can use. Parthenogenesis means you just make the new creature by yourself using your own genes. So if a human did that, it would be a problem, and the new creature would have like genetic deficiencies because it wouldn't have.
We only have half of the ladders.
Yeah, because human sex cells only have half the ladder in them.
Yeah.
How many chromosomes does a human typically have?
26.
That's too many.
2.
That's too many.
God,
I told you it's too many and you made it more!
Oh, that's how many I've got.
Oh, extra special.
Everyone says I'm too much.
Oh!
And I don't believe it. How many have you got?
Oh, is it a competition now?
Well, apparently.
I've got to be honest. I wouldn't lie to you for the sake of winning. I've got 23.
Right, yeah.
And you know what? Because people have always explained genes to me as being like the code that tells your body how to be a body and where to grow hair and where to grow
the code
eyes.
that builds everything.
That's what I thought, and therefore I thought that like the more code you have, the more complex the organism is. But that's not how it works.
That's not how.
There's an ant out there. There's an ant out there that has one chromosome. And I'll tell you I'm gonna dox this ant.
Tell us his name, address, date of birth, and social security number.
Oh, it's not on that one, it's on this one. The Jack Jumper Ant.
Oh.
Jack!
That's a good drag name. More work hard about the ant.
Yes, because the ant is small.
Yeah.
And it lives in Australia, and it's venomous.
You
There's
really
a whole...
full name, location.
Yeah.
You're putting him on blast.
Well, that's what you asked me to do.
I did, and I love it. Not complaining.
So, I think it's pretty wild that you can make an entire ant that functions and is venomous with only half a ladder. But the females in that species have both sides. They have 2 chromosomes.
God.
So it's a ladder with just one rung.
Ain't that how it feels sometimes though?
Oh. Yeah. So that's a different type of parthenogenesis that can happen in like ants, bees, and wasps, where the males will only have a
They're
little...
my favourite things, by the way.
Ants, bees, and wasps? Because you just like those women in charge.
Yes! Girl
Women in
boss!
STEM.
Women in stems and leaves in my garden.
Yes! Who do you think has the most chromosomes?
Me.
You told me before you had like less than 100.
I have an extra jar. I also use them as seasoning.
Oh. Guess how many chromosomes it has?
57.
More like 16,000.
How would it fit it in there? Don't tell me it's another ant.
No, it's actually it's something even stupider than an ant. It's I've been avoiding saying the name because I'm not very confident with it. It's like Sterkiella histriomusconum. I've written it in cursive as well, so I don't even know if that's what it says.
Give me that.
And introducing the one with the most chromosomes.
Sterkiella. Histriomuscorum.
Histriomuscorum.
The way I said that sounded good.
It's like basically an amoeba. Like you can look at it on a microscope and it looks like a little hairy blob. But she's just got 16,000 chromosomes, and that's like she's famous for being convoluted.
And she's microscopic.
Yeah, she's not even doing very much. Like when I hear 16,000 chromosomes, I'm like, that's got to be a really complicated organism.
Yeah, she's giving haircuts and like making CRISPR again. I don't know.
Making CRISPR.
Yeah, eating lettuce.
Eating lettuce. She's got like multiple tentacles.
Growing lettuce.
She can see.
Cutting lettuce into little sculptures.
Oh, she's
like
a lettuce artist.
Yeah.
Tiny microscopic thing.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So like number of chromosomes does not
equal
correlate.
Yeah, it doesn't really mean anything.
That's
in a lot of contexts.
Yeah.
Because when I was researching this, I was like, how is it possible? And then the internet started saying things like, oh, you know, this guy has a lot of genes in a small amount of chromosomes, and then this other guy has like a lot of chromosomes And still a lot of genes, but like he hasn't written them very efficiently.
Yeah.
People are using their storage differently.
Like,
Some of them have
there's lots of
optimized their Google Drive and some of them have not.
Yeah, there's lots of our genes that we're not using.
Oh,
I've got
so
some genes in my cupboard. Have fun,
yeah, I honked my nose at you.
Bonked your nose at me.
So like if you were to read just like the Wikipedia article about this, it's kind of roasting the creature a little bit and being like, this is the most scrambled, stupid ass DNA we've ever seen. Why is there so much? Why is it so long? Why is it stored in this way? Like it's very, well I guess inefficient.
It's not all about efficiency, you know?
I would
Sometimes
agree.
you've got 16,000 rooms in your house. And
Oh.
you're not
I
using
haven't
them very
experienced
well,
that.
but well.
Oh, like for example, a really wordy novel. You know, all of the words are in there for a reason. And the reason is just like flavor and aesthetic. Maybe instead of writing genetic code in the most like concise, efficient way possible, this little creature has written it in the most poetic way possible.
Still, I ain't reading it though.
I wanted to tell you
We'll
all
explore.
about the comments. If you did want to give us some poetry or some questions, we're going to leave this little envelope up here and we're going to put your Snart questions in there and then we can answer them.
Nestions.
Snestions. We will answer your snestions next time we snart.
Yes, give us your nestions.
Give us
Snestion
your
congestions.
You kind of sound like a vampire as well, though.
Nestion congestion.
We're going to take this outside. And until next time.
We're actually
Mwah.
going to take this to a Eurovision party, but
Yeah.
until next time.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Until
Don't
next
tell us
time.
who wins. We haven't watched it yet.
Until next time.
Jean, your Jax. God, what? Until next time. just
I am
remember,
your jeans.
If your jeans aren't organized well, at least you're not really fucking small.
C-chick-P! Yes! These are the real scientific questions that we're investigating today.
Literally, stay tuned next week for when we ask the question, have you ever seen a chickpea?
But you already asked it.
And I will again.
You're gonna ask this to me every week?
Yeah.
Okay.
This will be how you tell when I edit the episodes, because I'll put that in.
You've never seen this asked in any previous episodes, but it's been happening every